Hello, welcome to the another lecture of control system and instrumentation. I am Mr. Prajit Pal from Asansol Engineering College. Like to giving you some ideas about control system and instrumentation. Already from lecture 1 to lecture 4 respectively, I discussed what is control system, what are the types of control system, that is open loop control, closed loop control, how to determine transfer function with the help of block diagram reduction rules and signal flow graphs, and what will be the equivalent of those, that means what will be the equivalent representation of a SFG from the given block diagram, and how to determine net gain from the SFG based on Mason's gain formula is already illustrated. Now these ensuing slides will be discussed about some electrical as well as mechanical parameters in S domain and how to represent those and how those parameters will act as an example for the respective application. That thing will be discussed successively. Here see Laplace transform of passive element. These are R, L and C. R stands for resistor, L stands for inductor and C stands for capacitor. The Laplace transform can be used independently on different circuit elements, and then the circuit can be solved entirely in the S domain, which is much easier. Obviously, it consists of, again I am repeating, sigma plus j omega, where j is equal to root under minus 1, that is complex quantity. Let's take a look at some of the circuit elements R, C and L respectively. Resistors are time and frequency invariant, obviously the R, that is, and therefore the transform of resistor is the same as the resistance of the resistor. Yes, that means L of R is nothing, that is only R of S. So let us to look at the relationship between voltage, current and capacitance in the time domain. That very familiar expression already we have studied in basic electrical technology. So that thing is revised again. So I of t in time domain can be represented as is equal to C into dV of t by dt. So for when I wish to evaluate the voltage, then it will be V of t is equal to 1 by C integral t0 to infinity I of t dt. Now the transforming this equation into Laplace domain, we can rewrite as V of S is equal to 1 by Cs into I of S. Okay. So the equivalent representation of a capacitor can be written in the form as V of S by I of S is equal to 1 by Cs. So L of C can be written as the Laplace transform of capacitor is nothing, that is 1 by Cs. That should be in your mind, because these thing will be applied directly on the respective electrical circuits. Now let us look at relationship between voltage, current and inductance in the time domain. So V of t is equal to L into di of t by dt. All of you know about those relations. Again, in the S domain we can rewrite, because above equation is based for time domain. Now for S domain we may rewrite that V of S is equal to SL into I of S. From the property of Laplace theorem, we can Laplace transform, we can write this thing. So which generates V of S by I of S is equal to S into L. So that's why we can write that Laplace transform of an inductor with inductance L, that is L of inductor, that is L of L, is nothing, that is S into L. Now describing differential equations for electrical and electronic elements. Obviously this table illustrated the respective component notation, the current voltage, voltage current, voltage charge, impedance and admittance relationships. The first row is valid for capacitor, it is indicated the respective notation. Voltage current relationship is nothing, V of t is equal to 1 by C integral 0 to t I of tau d tau. Tau is my dummy variable. Current voltage relationship will be I of t is equal to C into dV of t by dt. Voltage charge relationship for the capacitor can be written as V of t is equal to 1 by C q of t and impedance, that is Z of S, is nothing, that is V of S by I of S is nothing, 1 by C of S, and admittance, that is nothing, that is reciprocal of the impedance is admittance, that is denoted by 1 by C reciprocal is CS. Now for resistor, voltage current relationship is V of t is equal to R into I of t, all of you know from the Ohm's law, and current voltage relationship will be I of t is equal to 1 by R V of t. Voltage charge will be V of t is equal to R dq by t by dt, and impedance is R, admittance is reciprocal of the resistance, that is conductance G. Inductor, V voltage current relationship V of t is equal to L into di of t by dt. Current voltage relationship is I of t is equal to 1 by L integral 0 to t V of tau d tau. Okay, tau is my dummy variable. Voltage charge relationship is V of t is equal to L d2q of t by dt square. Impedance is already we determined, that is Z of S is L of Ls. Admittance is reciprocal of that, that is 1 by Ls. Now these formula we will use on the respective electrical applications, okay, directly. Now see how to evaluate transfer function for RC electrical circuit. Left hand side diagram is provided. Here I of t is the total current, Vi of t is my source voltage, V0 of t is my respective output voltage. So the transfer function is nothing, that should be V0 of S by Vi of S is equal to what? So at first we will apply Kirchhoff's voltage law, KVL, for the input loop. KVL for the input loop, that generates Vi of t is equal to 1 by C integral of 0 to t I of t dt plus Ri of t. Then we will take Laplace transform, obviously with 0 initial condition, because we used to determine the transfer function, that's why I am taking 0 initial condition. So it generates Vi of S is equal to 1 by Cs I of S, just now we derived it, plus Ri of S in S domain. Again if we apply KVL, that is Kirchhoff's voltage law, for output loop, that is V0 of t is equal to 1 by C integral 0 to t I of t dt. And again if you may apply Laplace transform with 0 initial condition on the above equation, that generates the V0 of S is equal to 1 by Cs I of S. So this implies I of S is Cs into V0 of S. Now we will substitute this I of S value on the equation 1, that generates Vi of S is equal to I of S, taking common, enter within third bracket R plus 1 by SC, and from equation 3 and 4 we can rewrite the above one as Vi of S is equal to V0 of S. V0 of S, that means I am substituting the value of I of S, that is SC into V0 of S. So that is V0 of S into SC whole into R plus 1 by SC. Now the transfer function G of S is V0 of S by Vi of S is equal to 1 by SC whole into R plus 1 by SC, and that is the respective simplification, which generates V0 by Vi of S is equal to 1 by SCR plus 1. So the transfer function for the RC network is nothing, that is 1 by SCR plus 1. Okay. Now when I am determining the transfer function of RLC series circuit, obviously this is series network, same phenomena, same type of treatment, just we are introducing in an inductor in accordance with R and C. So the same that left hand side representation is already mentioned to you people here. See, already you are very much familiar about the Laplace domain equations, so directly we can convert those passive elements, that means Vi of t is my input voltage, V0 of t is my output voltage, and I of t is the respective current. So we wish to determine V0 of S by Vi of S is equal to what? So that passive parameters should be converted into the Laplace domain. Then we can redraw the above one, that is below circuit is in terms of Laplace domain. So see, Vi of S I have mentioned on the input circuit voltage, I of t is replaced by I of S, R is remaining same, L is replaced by SL, and C is replaced by 1 by SC. V0 of t is replaced by V0 of S. Same phenomena we will apply KVL for the input loop, that is nothing, Vi of S is equal to R into I of S plus SL I of S plus 1 by SC I of S. Then we are taking common I of S. That's why it is Vi of S is equal to R plus SL plus 1 by CS. That then if we apply KVL again for the output loop, then V0 of S is equal to 1 by SC I of S. Then after substitution of value I of S is equal to SC into V0 of S, we can generate V0 of S by Vi of S is nothing, that is after mathematical calculation we are generating 1 by SCR plus S square LC plus 1. All of you please verify the same. Okay, so in such a way we can generate the respective transfer function for the given electrical network. Now describing differential equations for translational mechanical elements. Yes, here see the components are illustrated on column I: spring, viscous damper and mass. So at first I will discuss about spring, then successively viscous damper and mass. So when I am discussing spring constant is provided here K. Force is exerted F of t, correspondingly the displacement is going on, that is denoted by x of t. So the relationship force velocity is F of t is equal to K whole into K into integral 0 to t V of tau d tau. Tau is my dummy variable. Force displacement relationship is F of t is equal to K into x of t. Impedance is nothing, that is my K. Viscous damper, that will dampen the system. Here see F suffix V is that viscous damper constant, F of t is my exerted force and x of t is obviously the respective displacement for the same. So force velocity relationship is F of t is equal to F suffix V, that is the viscous constant or coefficient, into V of t. Force displacement is nothing, F of t is equal to F suffix V, then dx of t by dt, and impedance is F suffix V into S. F suffix V into S. Okay. Now mass already denoted by M, capital M, small m, books to books it can be varied. Exerting force, if I am providing F of t, successively we are considering the displacement is going on, that is x of t. Then force velocity relationship is we know, that is from the Newton's second law. F of t is equal to m into dv of t by dt. dv of t by dt is nothing, that is acceleration. Force displacement is F of t is equal to m d2x of t by dt square. Impedance is ms square. So that thing should be in your mind when we will solve the respective mechanical system problem, electrical system problem, or sometimes electromechanical problem also. Okay. Now another very good example for transfer function of armature controlled DC motor. The speed of a DC motor can be controlled by varying the voltage applied to the armature of a DC motor. A separately excited DC motor with variable armature voltage finds application as a drive motor in a variable speed drive. The variable armature voltage is provided by a phase controlled rectifier. Here the schematic is provided. We wish to generate the transfer function for the same. Here see E suffix A is my input voltage, R small r suffix A is my armature resistance, L suffix A is my armature inductance, and I suffix A is my armature current, J is the moment of inertia of the cylindrical shaft, T is the torque of the rotating motor, and E suffix B is the back EMF generated by the rotating motor, F is the viscous coefficient. These are the respective. And when you are discussing about the armature controlled DC motor, keep in your mind here we will consider the field is remaining fixed, and field oriented or field related any parameters are also to be taken as a constant. Okay. Now these fundamental electrical equations are already studied by you people. Those things will be again revised again. See, the torque developed by the DC motor is nothing, that is T suffix D should be directly proportional to the flux phi multiplied with armature current IA. So if I am omitting this variation symbol, it will be T suffix D is equal to K into phi into IA. K is the variation constant, phi is my air gap flux, and I is the armature current. Okay. Now, neglecting the effects of saturation and armature reaction, we have the air gap flux proportional to the field current, that is phi is equal to kf into if. Because if is constant, already I told you people, we are assuming, since it is armature controlled DC motor, obviously we will take field is remaining constant, means flux is already constant. So because if is constant, the torque developed, that means we will substitute this phi is equal to kf into if to here this equation, that is Td is equal to k into, here I will substitute by replacing phi is kf into if into ia, then k kf if, the entire term will be taken as a constant except ia is my variable. So that entire term I am denoting by kt. So that is nothing, Td is equal to kt into ia after replacing phi is equal to kf into if on equation 1, where kt is the motor constant. The armature voltage Ea is supplied by the thyristor converter, and now with the help of the KVL we can develop the equation. That voltage equation is nothing, that is Ea is equal to IaRac, A is equal to IaRa, total current is IaRa plus LA dia by dt plus Eb. So that thing is generated, that is equation number 4. And Eb is my rotational back EMF induced in the armature and is proportional to the product of speed and flux. But the flux, since flux is of the motor is constant, so Eb should be varies as n into phi. Since phi is constant, so actually it will be Eb proportional to d omega of dt by d omega of t by dt. That means we are taking omega of t is my displacement and n is the speed, so rate of change of displacement is nothing, that is speed. So after omitting this variation constant, we are rewriting the one, Eb is equal to kc into d omega of t by dt. Kc is the variation constant, omega of t is the angular displacement. Now see, we are doing here, we before starting this problem we should have a recognition about that. Transfer function means we have to recognize the respective input variable and output variable. Here see, my input variable is obviously the voltage, input voltage, that is A of S, and output is nothing, that is the displacement of the rotating shaft. So that should be, according to this problem, we are denoting angular displacement. Obviously angular displacement is by omega of t, so we have to determine omega of S by Ea of S is equal to what. So before starting the problem, you should have a good concept regarding that thing. Okay, now the electrical torque equation is established. Since the cylindrical shaft is present, that's why again we need to generate the mechanical torque expression, because this system is valid for electromechanical system. The dynamic equation of the motor by giving the torque balance equation can be rewritten as, that is C j omega dot, because that is omega is my angular displacement, so obviously j omega dot plus f omega, that is the mechanical torque equation, should be equal to I am equating the electrical torque equation, that is kt into Ia. Already I developed from equation 3, kt into Ia. Okay, so here see, assuming the initial conditions to be 0, Laplace transform. So we will generate the Laplace transforms are nothing, that is from equation 4, 6 and 7. Equation 4, 6 and 7, this we are rewriting the same one after applying the Laplace transform, that is with 0 initial condition, that is E of S is equal to C RA Ia of S plus S into LA Ia of S plus EB of S, and for this equation it will be EB of S is equal to Kc into, it should be S into omega of S. Then this equation 7 will be S square j omega of S plus Fs into omega of S is equal to Kt into Ia of S. Then after mathematical substitution, it generates W omega of S by E of S is nothing, that is Kt by La j square plus LAF plus Raj whole into S plus RAF plus Kt Kc. Okay, so that thing is the actual transfer function developed for the DC controlled or the DC control armature oriented motor system. Okay. Now the transfer function of a field control DC motor, here we will assuming the vice versa, here we will assuming the armature current is remaining fixed. So the speed of a DC motor can be varied by varying the field current. The speed can be increased beyond base speed by decreasing the field current. The figure 2 here obviously shows the transfer function of a field control DC motor. In this type of control constant, torque operation is not possible, as the armature current would increase to dangerous values at low fluxes. It is therefore necessary to maintain the armature current. Yes, that's why maintain the armature current at a constant value at all flux levels. Okay, then only we can proceed further. So the field current is varied. The armature is also supplied by means of a phase control rectifier to maintain constant armature current. While deriving the transfer function, the effects of saturation and armature reactions are neglected. Again, see here the respective circuit elements are should be highlighted. VF is nothing, that is input circuit voltage. RF and LF are the shunt or field resistance and inductance respectively. IF is the field current, VA is the armature voltage, EV is the back EMF, RA, LA are the armature resistance and reactance, that is inductance respectively. IA should be taken as constant, J is the moment of inertia, and F is the damping constant. Okay. So similarly, what thing we need to evaluate, the transfer function input is VF of S, obviously the rotation of the shaft, that is angular displacement. If I am denoting omega of t is my angular displacement, then it will be omega of S. So omega of S by VF of S is equal to what? That should be determined. The electrical equations are remaining same. Whatever the equations just now I told to you people, here the torque developed by the rotating motor TD is equal to, again we can write K equal to K into phi into IA. Keep in your mind here IA is remaining constant. Previously it was phi remaining constant. So in a transfer function of field control DC motor, we can rewrite the above one as C, that is we know phi is equal to Kf into If. So we are replacing that thing, phi is equal to Kf into If, then we are clubbing K, Kf and Ia by another constant term, that is K2. So that's why TD is equal to K2 into If. Again I am repeating here, IA is constant, that's why it is clubbed with K, Kf and Ia. Then we are denoting that clubbing constant as K2. If is my variable. The equation for the transfer function of a field control DC motor, we can rewrite it here, see already, that is RF IF plus LF into DIF of dt is equal to VF or EF, whatever else it may be. The dynamic equation of the motor is nothing, we have, that is the mechanical torque should be equal to the electrical torque equation. Mechanical torque equation is already discussed, that is J omega double dot plus F omega dot is equal to K2 into If, that is equating the same. And then we will apply the Laplace transform with zero initial conditions to equation 14 and 15 respectively, that generates LF into S plus RF whole into IF of S is equal to F of S, and 15 generates S square J omega of S plus F S into F omega of S is equal to KT into IF of S, by which after elimination of IF of S we can generate the omega of S by EF of S is equal to K2 by S into LF plus RF whole into JS plus F. Then it can be written as Km by TF into S plus 1 whole into Tm into S plus 1. Tf into S plus 1 whole into Tm into S plus 1. Km is nothing, that is K2 by Rf into F, that is motor gain constant. You can verify the same. Tf is equal to LF by Rf field time constant. Tm is equal to J by F mechanical time constant. So the field inductance cannot be neglected. Transfer function of a field control DC motor having speed as variable quantity is a second order system. Obviously it is very prominent, and you people are very much aware about these things, what is the order of the given system. Now transfer function of a thermal control, it is another very good application for our household purposes. See, consider a room with a total interior thermal capacity C determined by summing the thermal capacity of room interior layers and lightweight contents. Its total conductance between inside and outside is U suffix T, that is thermal resistance, R is equal to 1 by U suffix T, that is the conductance, obviously thermal conductance. So let T suffix R is equal to room temperature, T suffix 0 or O is equal to outside temperature, Q aux is auxiliary heating positive or cooling. If it is positive, it is auxiliary heating, or cooling means if it is negative. So an energy balance equation, if you look the schematic diagram, see this is the first order zone model. The TR stands for room temperature, inner temperature, T0 is the outer temperature, auxiliary is, that is depending on the nature of the system, whether if it is positive then it is room is heated, if it is negative room is cooled. So from that equation, from that concept, we can generate the energy balance for the room. Yields energy stored plus energy lost is equal to heat input, that is C into dTr by dt plus ut whole into Tr minus T0 is equal to Q max, not Q max, sorry, Q auxiliary, Q aux, that is auxiliary heating, is equal to Q aux. Then we may apply Laplace transform with 0 initial condition that generates C SC Tr of S plus ut into Tr of S minus T0 of S, then Q auxiliary of S. Rearranging it, we can generate Tr of S is equal to ut by Cs plus ut into T0 of S plus 1 by Cs plus ut into Q auxiliary of S. So here see, we can denote that ut by Cs plus ut is nothing, that is 1 by tau S plus 1. Tau is nothing, that is R into C, that is the room time constant, and 1 by Cs plus ut, because already you know ut is nothing, that is reciprocal of the resistance 1 by R, that's why we are replacing that thing. Tau is equal to 1 RC. 1 by Cs plus ut is nothing, R by tau S plus 1, that is transfer function for effect of Q aux on T R and tau is my room time constant. Okay, now these are the respective assignment. Determine the transfer function of an armature control DC motor, determine the transfer function of a field control DC motor, determine the transfer function of a RLC network, determine the transfer function of a thermal control. These are the respective references. Already I told you people from the very first slide onwards, and that's all for today.